Hi, this is Marina from Frocks Frolics, and I'm going to show you how to do the color blocking for the Mimi dress. First of all, you want to find the lines on the pattern. They are actually labeled, so all you need to do is cut along those lines on the front and the back. I'm just going to show you the front here, and of course you can use this technique for anything else as well. Any other dress you could do this color blocking. So the first thing to do is push some other paper underneath it, because we are going to add the seam allowance, because as you cut something apart, if you sew it back together, it's going to come out much shorter. So what you want to do is add that centimeter seam allowance so this doesn't happen. So you mark it, and then you take the next bit, which has the curve on the bottom, of course, in it. And then as you draw along that, you will transfer that curve, and that makes it so much easier. So with that done, we can cut it out, and you can hear the little kitten in the background. It's like my son's cat Shireen, who also lives in my workroom, and she's saying, "Tickle me please, give my back a rub." Anyway, we're cutting this out. And now we're going to repeat this stage on the other side. We're going to sellotape it down again, mark the 1 centimeter seam allowance, pencil, something else, and then we take the lower bit and we put that on so the curve is exactly the same. Draw along it, and then we can cut that one out, and then you repeat that obviously for the top as well and for the back piece. There you go. You don't need much paper for this, you just cut away what you don't need. And then when we are going to sew these together, the length is going to be exactly the same as it would normally be. So let's have a look at how we cut all this out. Now the upper part of the dress and the lower part I'm cutting in this really nice polka dot fabric. So you want to make sure that you again fold in, so you get in these 2 folds on the side, and I'm cutting my lower parts on one side because they're the same width, and then I cut the top and the bottom on the other side because they're the same width. So we're going to cut this out as well, and actually it's always easier to cut from the left, so you've got like the fabric on the left and the pattern on your right. That's much easier, but sometimes you just can't get around, especially with the camera being there, so I tend to like cut from both sides, but as a rule from the left is easier. So now I'm going to cut these 2 out. So that's my middle bits, and I've attached my seam allowances, so now everything I cut out will come out exactly in the same size as the original pinafore. This is all the pocket cut out. We've got the side pocket, and it's in the shell fabric or upper material, and then we've got the lining for it. Could be anything, but I'm using the same as I use for the trim. Okay, so we need 4 of those, 2 of those, 2 of those, and I'm ready to go. Cutting out the lining, you need to observe a couple of things. Number 1, the round part you cut out to create these beautiful side pockets, make sure you flip it back here. You want to cut straight. The other thing you need to do down here is cut where you've got this dashed line. You want the lining to be shorter than the actual dress, otherwise it's going to peep out. And the way I'll just do this here is simply folding it up. I'm not cutting it off or anything. I'm just going to fold it up, okay? That's absolutely does the trick. Now everything is completely cut out, and I'm very pleased with myself here, and we can start sewing it together. So now you want to flip the lower part back, and we're going to pin this together. And if you want to purchase the same fabric that I am using here, then you can do that by just going into the video description, and you can see the link to it. There is a Riley Blake mustard dot, and the center is from Miss Tilsa, and it's called Whatever the Weather, Flowers in Bloom. So sew it together, and then we want to iron those seams apart, of course. And something that one of my customers and Facebook friends has made. Her name is Maggie, and she made for her daughter this beautiful dress with a trim over the seam, and I think it's really superb. So I just wanted to show you this. You could do this. Here I'm just seeing whether the hearts were any good, but I didn't quite like that, so I left it out. To access all the other videos and the pattern, hover over the top right hand corner of this video, click the info button and all the links will pop up. Click on the link for the website, scroll down a bit where it's details and reviews, and next to it we've got the tab for videos. Thank you very much for watching and I hope to see you next time. Bye for now.